Hello, 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 and happy fucking Wednesday, you guys, and welcome to People Talk Now. I'm your host, Vanessa Herrera, and this is the show where you ask about it, and I talk about it. And let's not forget, you guys, that we are constantly trying to change the pace out there and what these humans out there are calling better days. So yes, welcome, good morning, happy fucking Wednesday if I haven't said it already, which, I don't know, I can never tell because it's just like comes out of me like So anyways, yes, good morning. I hope that everybody woke up with the vibe today, that you're just like, yes, Vanessa is on here. People Talk Now is on. It's 8 a.m. and my morning is about to just pop open. So, yes, thank you guys so much for being here this morning. You know what I mean? Listening in and all that good stuff. So, chilling on my couch this morning, and there's some things I wanted to talk about. But before I talk about any of those things, I just wanted to say that I hope that you are working towards your goals, that you are doing whatever it takes for you to still accomplish whatever it is that you had set out to do this year, and I hope that you're doing it. So, on that note, for today's episode, for episode 58, yes, we made it. We're making it through these episodes together. Episode 58, I wanted to talk about 21 loving ways to basically connect more deeply within yourself. And I've been getting asked this a lot. It's like, Vanessa, how have you been able to open up more this year? How have you been able to just be more and more comfortable with yourself? So, like any relationship out there, the one that you have with yourself, it takes time, to build that. And I always say, we have many relationships with whether it's a friendship, whether it's a physical relationship, but the one with ourselves is always the most important. And it needs to be loved. It needs patience to be tended to, and it takes work. It's not something that you just wake up one day and you're just like all peaches and cream and rainbows and butterflies and sprinkles and all that goody good stuff. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 21 practices that you can take on yourself and just strengthen this what am I looking for here? This precious relationship that you have with you and you. Right? You and yourself. So let's go ahead and get started, because I don't know if you're sipping on your coffee this morning and, or if you're, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're in your car, if you're at home, if you're at work, or, you're in the shower. That's cool. I'm not throwing any judgments out there. That's cool too. So yes, I felt very compelled to talk about this because this year I had a very big shift happen to me, and I don't think I've been completely honest with you guys about it. And I was talking to a friend, she knows who she is. I was talking to her, the other day, and then it just occurred to me. I was just like, I have my husband to thank a lot for this big shift that happened to me, because although sometimes I'm a very strong-headed person, and I'm very strong-headed, and I'm very secure about what I want a lot of the times. I think I still wasn't being honest with myself. And sometimes when someone tells us something, we don't want to hear. We're just like, nah, you're wrong. But most of the time, the reason why we feel that is because maybe the person that's telling us this is literally a reflection of who we are, or certain things, or we're seeing the reflection of the truth, and we don't want to see that. We're like, no. We're trying to avoid it at all costs. So, on that note, I wanted to talk about the big shift that's happened to me this year, because, I used to be afraid of the strength of my voice. Yeah, right. I know it sounds crazy. The strength of my voice. How could anybody be afraid of that? But I was afraid of I was always, in my beginning of my podcast, I was afraid to just embrace, this is just who I am. This is how I talk. This is how I grew up. Right. But I was afraid to embrace that strength. I thought that if I show that to everyone, it was just like but that was like all for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? So I can sit here and I can be honest with you and say, look, man, like this is me, this is who I am. And it's just such a good feeling to just feel that comfort, you know? It's such a good feeling to accept yourself. It's such a good feeling to just not have any weight. On that note, sorry you guys, but my front light was just way too bright and it was like hurting my eyes. But I could be honest with you guys, because you know, we're friends, you and I. You, me, we're friends. So yes, you know, like I was saying, it's such a good feeling to just be honest with yourself and just share and help people. But within that process of doing that, you know, realizing that there is things about yourself that you cannot change. There's things about you that are just there and that you have to love them and you have to face them head on. So the things that I'm going to share with you today are just ways that you can connect more deeply with yourself to make that connection and start, you know, doing certain things that can get you on that path to really start building that true connection that you are very capable of having with yourself. Because, you know, I wasn't always good at this. I've always been a very intuitive person. I've always been very in tune with my thoughts and my feelings and my actions and the things that I do whenever I set out to do something. And so that's why, you know, also if you're willing to accept a message, if you're open to it, it makes it a lot easier too. But like I was trying to say last time, you know, when you know, you're more in tune with yourself and you're more you know, going back to the original you, the person that before everybody else started tainting that person, is that it makes it easier for you to start wanting to make those changes in your life. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started with number one. So number one is pay attention to your needs and meet them. Pay attention to your needs and meet them. Don't ignore what you need. Dismiss that feeling that, you know, you get in your belly, you know, or sideline your dreams. Instead, begin paying attention to what you want and need in every single moment, right? Pay attention to that. Check in with yourself on a regular and ask yourself, how am I feeling? How am I feeling today? Or what do I need right now? You know, what is it that Vanessa needs? Or what is it that you, the listener, needs? Like, what do you need right now? And start asking yourself. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing awkward about it. What do I really want? Find out what it is and then love yourself enough to give that to yourself. Are you? I can't even make this up. Are you guys hearing this right now? So yes, please pay attention to your needs and try your best to meet them. Number two, use your breath to draw you inward. So your breath can help you anchor you into your body and draw you deeper into yourself. You can do this anywhere, anytime. Just bring your awareness to your breath. I talk about this often. It has to do with meditation. You could do guided meditation. And, you know, feel it moving into your nose. Follow your inhale all the way down to your belly and then follow it all the way up and out. Take 5 minutes to practice this as often as you can, because I guarantee you, if you just focus on your breath for 5 minutes a day, that alone will kind of just draw you inward to yourself. You'll focus. If you feel yourself getting out of line with like your thoughts, and you're just not centered, you know, practicing your breathing can help so much, because you'd be surprised, you know, the amount of things that we're doing in the day and we're not even breathing properly because we're just so like not in tune, right? And we're just going about moving around all crazy. We're doing our shit and we're not really just taking a breath, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay. Number three, create a sacred morning time. Okay. This is so crucial. All right. Even if all you can find is 5 minutes in your day, just 5 minutes, make time in the mornings before you begin your day to sit down and tune in to what you want to experience and create. Visualize your day unfolding how you would love it to unfold, right? Visualize that. So set some key intentions about how you want to feel for the day, how you want to take care of yourself and what you want to achieve for the day. There's nothing wrong with that. Even this small practice will help your day unfold more consciously and just more deliberately. Like, you'll just feel better. You just will. And I know this because I practice it. I try my best to get up. Sometimes I'll try to get up before the kids, or, you know, even if it's just me setting that boundary where I'm like, hey, look, I need this time. If you're a person and you have kids and you're like, how do I do that when I got kids running around all over the place, Vanessa? Well, it's simple. You have to set boundaries, okay? There's nothing wrong, okay? You're still being a good parent. If you're a father, if you're a mother, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you setting boundaries with your children and saying, look, I need this 5-10 minutes to myself. Like, let me sit down, let me take a breath. You know, you come here, you sit down, you do your thing, because I need this so that I can feel good. Because when I'm feeling at my best, I can take care of you at my best. But if I'm not at my best, there's not a mutual connection here. And so you have to build that too, that thing between your children as well, letting them know, like, hey, this is a boundary, because there are times when them as children are not going to want to be around you. And so you need to build that respect with your children as well. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you a bad parent. There's no such thing as you like taking 10 minutes, like, oh, you're the worst parent in the world. Hell no. There ain't no goddamn book in the world that can tell you how to be an amazing parent, okay? That comes from within. That comes from natural instincts, okay? Thank you. Number 4, consult yourself before committing to something. This is something that used to stress me out, used to always just put me in a mood. And, you know, how quick are you to say yes or make a commitment to something, right? You don't have to feel obligated to do anything, okay? Do you stop, pause, and sit with it for a second and say, like, can I actually commit to this? Do I have the time to do this right now? Am I really willing to, you know, put up with the stress or whatever it is? So rather than just reacting automatically and saying yes or jumping to action on something, you know, check inside of yourself first, saying, before you say yes or no to anything, ask, is this what I really want? Like, do I really want this? Do I have time for this? Is this going to make me happy? Is this going to make me stressed? Is this going to make me feel anything other than joyous inside, you know? Because if I'm saying yes out of obligation or need, or because I really want to, does saying yes feel supportive or draining? You know, make sure you are consulting yourself deeply before you actually commit to something. Because if you commit to something because you really, really want it, or just because you feel obligated, like, oh, I probably should because it's a family member, and you're like, oh, they know, blah, blah, blah. No, you are not obligated to anything and to anyone but yourself. You know, just, that sounded so like awkward. Okay, number 5, support yourself with loving thoughts. Okay, this is so important because sometimes we're our own worst enemies and we're just beating ourselves up, worse than anything that society can actually do to us on a daily. And we're just like, oh, anything you do wrong, you scumbag, you piece of shit, you fucking this and that, right? Like, oh, I'm just throwing suggestions out there. Maybe you're not as harsh to yourself as I am during certain situations. But do you tend to tear yourself down and criticize yourself with your thoughts, right? I know I hear a lot of people out there talking about this. People's social media posts tell me all I need to know sometimes, if you know what I mean. Diary. But what if you were to instead empower and support yourself? What if you, instead of beating yourself up and using all that amped up energy that you have to criticize yourself, what if you were to do quite the opposite? And you were to say, you know what? This is the only fucking life I have, so I might as well spend it doing all the shit that I love, right? Like, why would you do anything else? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, when you step out of your door in the mornings, isn't that happening enough in the world? Like, why would you want to do that to yourself? Don't answer that, but I'm asking, but like, I really don't want. Don't tell me why. Unless you want to email me and tell me why, but don't tell me why, because I don't want to hear any bad stuff. What if you were back to yourself, what if you were to back yourself up or uplift yourself and choose to love yourself deeply? What if you were to do that instead of criticizing yourself? Or ask, what could I think right now that would support and empower me? And then start practicing just that, right? Because even in moments where even though I feel like I'm a fucking badass, right? You have those moments of doubt, and it's normal. Don't think like if it happens, like, oh my God, it's the worst fucking thing in the world. It may feel like it in the moment, but understand that it's absolutely fucking normal for you to feel that. All right? And then afterwards, try to practice something the opposite, something that's going to make you feel good. Look at yourself in the mirror, right? This is me looking at you right now. We are a reflection of each other right now. You're powerful. All right? You're powerful. You're fucking beautiful. And anything that society says otherwise is a fucking bull-faced lie. You are beautiful and you are meant to do so much good shit. That's why you're here right now. That's why you're watching this podcast right now. And if you don't believe it, then that means I don't believe it. And that's bullshit, because I believe it. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. Thank you. Number 6, move your body with presence and kindness. What do I mean by that? All right. I don't mean like swaying back and forth, but if you want to, that's also good. Move your body as a form of self-love, right? And do it with kindness. So ask your body how it wants to move, rather than forcing yourself to do what you want, right? Ask yourself, like, what do I feel to do? What do I feel like doing today, right? And it's something that I used to often not ask my body. Like, I would just, back before COVID and 2020 hit in general, I was, going to the gym. Did I tell you guys I canceled my membership? I'm sorry, I Love Fitness, but you shall not have my business no more. Anyways, so I just want to say that, before I was just like going to the gym, and somewhere along in my head, I thought, oh, so going to the gym, that means fitness, that means health. Bullshit. That's not even what it means. It's none of that. If you're not healthy up here, anything that you do with your body is just fucking torture, right? So I basically started asking myself, what do I feel like doing today? Now, unless I committed to something, which we just talked about previously, commit, right? But you're not obligated. I would commit to something, and I would commit to it because I wanted to, because I enjoy it, right? Because my body says this is kind of what we need right now. And so it's such a different feeling when your body asks you for that, and you're listening and you're in tune with yourself. So ask your body, what does it feel like doing today? Do you feel like dancing? Do you feel like stretching? Stretch, like nice little stretch. Running, go to a class, walk, skip, yoga, jump around. But let movement feel freeing. Let it feel free. Don't make it feel like your body is imprisoned by this idea, right? So do anything that's freeing and feels fun and nourishing for your body. And as you move, be deeply present and tune into your body and feel all the sensations that come with that movement, rather than rushing through it just to complete it, just to be another check mark in your day. Because your body's not a check mark in your day. Your body is your fucking temple. Your body is a place that you should be worshiping, that you should be thankful for, that it's doing what it does for you. It's a beautiful, beautiful essence. Number 7, make time for your little loves, right? So what makes you smile in the mornings or any time of the day, warms your heart and fills you up with joy? What is that? What is that for you? Is it watching the sunrise, or putting your toes in the ocean, having a hot bath, or curling up with a good book, eating a piece of our favorite chocolate or painting, maybe? Write out a list of all the things, practices, and activities that you love that make you smile, and really think about this list. See if you can make time each day for one of those small things that you love to do, right? Because I'm trying to get you to be deeply connected with yourself, to be in love with yourself, right? I'm trying to show you the things that make Vanessa Herrera tick, that made me open up and just, to stay consistent with that. Because essentially that's what's important, is that you stay consistent with those things. Because consistency in yourself and self-growth, self-growth. I get my brain up here is like moving like this, and my lips are like not catching up sometimes. So my bad about that. But not bad where I feel bad about making a mistake, because, I'm not even going to edit that part out. That's how real I am. All right, number 8, get intimate with yourself. There's nothing more intimate than staring deeply into someone's eyes, right? Because I often find myself doing that to people, like the way we are right now, intimately looking at you. But then, some people, they look away because they're like, oh my God, this is feeling awkward. But if it feels awkward, ask yourself, why is it feeling awkward for you? Am I making you feel awkward now? Okay. It creates a connection. That's why I do it. That's why I like to look at people in the eyes. Closeness and deepens your bond together. And the same applies when you practice it with yourself. So imagine having to stare at yourself in the mirror and just look at yourself head on. Yeah. To do this, sit close in front of a mirror and look deeply into your own eyes, right? Choose one eye to focus on and hold your gaze for at least 5 minutes or even more, right? Be fully present and feel a sense of love for yourself and allow yourself to drop into a deeper self-connection. So I'm asking you to try this. Look into the mirror for 5 minutes. Look at yourself. Gaze at yourself. And look at who you are. The beauty that is you. Right? Because I don't even think some of us were just so in a rush sometimes to go absolutely fucking nowhere. Right? Like, where the fuck are we rushing to? Isn't the goal to live? To be alive? Right? I feel like right now, I don't know why I don't laugh, you guys, but I felt like Dora right now. Like, y'all ever watch Dora and she like talks and then she's waiting for you to reply and be like, where is the fox? And then she's like waiting for a reply and you're like looking at the TV like, I'm not answering you. just play. Okay, number 9, tap into your heart energy. So your head will always try to pull you out of situations. No, seriously though, your head will always try to pull you out of yourself and distract you with endless thoughts, right? I always talk to you guys about this. It's so true. Our mind will play tricks on us if we allow it to, right? But your heart will lovingly draw you inwards to connect with your heart space. Put your hands over your heart and take 5 deep breaths into your heart and ask yourself, what guidance do you have for me today? Like what guidance do you have for me today? And really listen to yourself. Like, listen to your heart. Then close your eyes and listen. And listen, man. Okay? Get in touch with yourself, with your roots, with your ancestors. There's nothing awkward. There's nothing wrong about that. The fact that we think that it's weird, there's something wrong with that. Okay? Because there should be nothing wrong with you getting in tune with yourself. Number 10, explore spirituality. So, open up the idea that you are simply a spiritual being having a temporary human experience and dive deeper into this part of yourself, right? Because, sometimes we have to remind ourselves, like, it's absolutely normal for us to go through these certain phases in our lives. It's absolutely normal for us to feel fear, to feel jealousy, to feel these things. It's when we start to tell ourselves like, oh, like I shouldn't be this, I shouldn't be that. Like, says who? Who said that? Someone come and find me that fucking person. It's like, okay, but begin learning about this part of you with books, which is, got a lot of books here. We got all kind of homes. Just always getting more books for you guys. So we got books. Begin learning about yourself. That's just my poetry book. Sorry. Begin learning about yourself. Begin learning. Read books, okay, that open your mind and draw you closer to your soul, okay? My favorite spiritual author is Gabrielle Bernstein. I don't know if you guys heard of her. We got, let me see. Oh, we got Wayne Dyer. We got Marianne Williamson, Eckhart Tolle, Abraham Hicks, Neil Donald Walsh, and Sanaya Roman. These are just like some ideas, right? But just find things to explore, like, books, go on hikes, do anything that you can to just explore the spirituality within yourself. Find ways to connect. Number 11, get into nature. So, and don't just be in nature, because don't just be standing out there in the fucking woods taking selfies. Like, that's not what I mean. If that's what you want to do, that's cool too. But that's not what I mean. Take your shoes off, get your toes in the grass or sand, get in the water, run in the rain, use all your senses to touch the plants and trees around you, get completely lost in the sunset. Do it all in silence and pay attention to how you feel and immerse yourself in the full experience of what surrounds you and just breathe it all in. I can't even tell you guys, since I was young, since I've been young, I have just, I don't know, I can't explain. I've just been a wild one. But that's a story for another day. But what I wanted to say is that ever since I can remember, I have just always loved being out in nature. If I could live in the fucking woods, I would. I could live in a tent and be happy. I don't need none of this. I don't. This is just all materialistic shit that occupies rental space in your brain. And we don't need any of that. We just don't. Okay? These are all just things, materialistic possessions that I'd rather not occupy any space, right? But I do realize that whenever I'm in nature, when I'm around trees, when I'm in the grass, when I have my feet touching the ground, when I'm grounding and I'm rooted deep into that I feel more connected to myself. And why do you think that is? Because that's where we're supposed to be, right? I don't think we were ever intended to be, wearing all the stuff that we wear, shoes, makeup, accessory, all this. No, it's great to appreciate it when you have. I'm not saying that, but just get in touch with nature. Be out there, enjoy yourself. Like when you were a kid and you would just go and get your feet dirty and you didn't think about, oh, I'm ruining my Vans, I'm ruining my boots, I get mud on them. Don't be that person. Come on. You're better than that. You're better than that. Damn. I feel like I'm scolding people right now. Number 12, listen lovingly, keyword lovingly, to your discomfort. Connecting with yourself is not just about listening to your desires, right? That's not what I mean, but also listening to your discomforts as well. Your uncomfortable emotions have messages for you. So listen to them, find the courage to dive into uncomfortable feelings and face your fears and uncover your murky little bits. So when hurt arises within yourself, feel it, okay? Flow and use your breath to support you to move through whatever arises within you. And, it happens to me that, like I said, in the beginning of this podcast, I was telling you that my husband helped me a lot this whole year. It wasn't until I think, probably last year now, it's been more than a year now, but I when I first started my podcast, I was just so soft spoken, and I was just yeah, man, I have to have that YouTube voice, that YouTube etiquette, or I don't even know what the fuck that means now. And then the more I'm just being myself and just feel free, the more I'm connecting with the people that I need to connect, It's just such a good feeling. And so even in the beginning, me hearing those words from my husband, it was great, but it just wasn't you, right? And you hear that and you're just like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about? And but of course, because when someone tells you something that it's uncomfortable, or you have to be vulnerable and just open yourself up and listen to it, especially if you want to grow, and I've always been the type of person that always wants to grow. My dad raised me to be the type of person to take constructive criticism, to take things, take it with a grain of salt, however you will, but if you want to grow really, 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 then these are the kind of situations that you have to do. You have to go through the discomfort. You have to ask yourself, why am I feeling like this way? And blah, blah, blah. And just go through the motion. Go through it. Don't try to go around it. Don't try to tippy toe. Don't try to go out to the mall and buy something just so that little feeling goes away. Don't do none of that, because none of that's going to make it feel better. Okay? Just try your best to go through it. Then tell me afterwards how you feel after you confronted that little demon. Do you slap that little bastard? Just kidding. We're gonna have to censor that out. Okay. Number 13. Get in touch with your body. A beautiful way to begin this is to practice doing daily body scans. So close your eyes and begin at your feet, placing all your attention there first, right? Then move your awareness up through your legs, belly, your hips, your chest, all that, your shoulders, arms, etc., head, etc., and head, etc., 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 etc. Don't rush this though. Don't rush. Eat each point. Stop and place all your attention on the part of your body. Ask, how does this part of my body feel today? How do I feel? Is it tight? Is it relaxed? Heavy? Light? Free? Does it feel constricted? Or is it at ease, or is it uncomfortable? Ask yourself these questions. This simple practice will bring you to a much deeper connection with your body and yourself. So just try that. Try that at home. Let me know how it feels. And, really just try to get in touch with your body, because I don't think a lot of us, we just get up and we just start moving. And we don't even pay attention to the most important thing that's carrying us every day, and it's our body. Our body's just carrying us around, carrying this weight, carrying these thoughts, carrying these feelings. Ask yourself. Number 14, nourish yourself with good stuff. You already know that this was going to come up. When we feel nourished, supported, and physically vibrant, we naturally feel more calm and supported, right? Simple things like a good night's sleep, lots of fresh air, several liters of water, and lots of leafy greens can work wonders in shifting you out of a negative funk or clearing your head. See these practices as a form of self-love and show a deep respect for your body as being a sacred home that is carrying you through this lifetime. So, that's kind of one of the reasons why, not over the past 5 years or more, but, especially like this year alone, like this whole year, I've just focused on just eating more raw foods and just, like eating my salad in the afternoon has become a ritual for me, because that's me telling my body, at this time, I'm going to take care of you and you only, and you are gonna feel so good after this. Close my eyes because it just felt good to think about it. I'm like, yeah. So just try it. Just try it just for once in the afternoon. Eat something healthy, something raw. Let me know how you feel. Take care of yourself. Nourish your body. Number 15, revel in your own company. So make time for just you and you. You and you. Allow yourself to do whatever you want with that time. Make it a time free from phone, social media, TV, computers. Just be with yourself and spend sacred, special, and loving time with you. If possible, allow yourself to just sit and, just sit and feel the intimacy of your own company. You can also use this time to pamper and treat yourself or dive into something that you love to do, but just spend time in your own company. Learn to love yourself and be alone with yourself, like not feeling the need, because sometimes we just need to recharge up our energy, and, maybe it's just not healthy for us to be around someone all the time, like per se, so just make sure that you're having that time to be alone with your thoughts and to just take in a breath of fresh air. Number 16, let your body's wisdom guide you. Okay, so your body is constantly communicating to you through its sensations and your feelings, right? When something is right for you, your body may soften, relax, and feel lighter, right? It's just natural. It just feels good. They just feel good. But if something isn't right, you may notice your body contract, tighten, or feel heavy. Maybe you get anxious, anxiety. These feelings start coming up. Ask yourself with each decision that you make, how does this feel? How does this feel for me? And tune in your body to receive your answer, right? Because if your body says this doesn't feel right, don't do it. Don't feel obligated. Go back to the beginning of this video. and say like, do not commit to anything. Don't feel obligated. You're the most important person in your life. Number 17, create a sacred space. Set up a space for yourself somewhere in your home that feels special and sacred to you, which for me that would be here. A space just for you. It may have, a nice rug, which I do have my cotton candy rug. A place, a favorite place for you to sit on, which is here, this couch. Just, and fill it with candles. Got candles over there. Crystals. I got crystals somewhere. Got oracle cards, a vision board, your favorite trinkets, books, affirmations, a journal. Make a little ritual out of visiting the space each day to sit and be with yourself in stillness and in quiet, which is very important. And if you need be, get yourself some sage and just clear the air. Just clear the air everywhere. Okay. Number 18. I know I feel like I'm always trying to talk to you guys about this. I swear I'm not trying to shove it down your throat. I just really want you guys to try it. Just try it and tell me how it feels. And I guarantee you the first week it's going to feel so awkward, but you'll thank me once you just keep doing it. So I began meditating, right, by setting a timer for 5 minutes, right? I used to just try 5 minutes. I even read this book. I did it for 30 days. And every now and then, like, I still do it. I don't do it as often as I did, but I still do it. But that was all, right? Learning how to meditate will be your most powerful and self-connection practice. Now, I can sit here and tell you, like, hey, if I really wanted to, I can sit for about 20 minutes uninterrupted. And, you don't have to sit in silence. Try out guided meditation or music to accompany you. The whole point here is that you are connecting with yourself, that you are putting, you're just like taking all those thoughts out, all that mental diarrhea just out, okay? And just that stillness with yourself, okay? That's it. That's all you need. Number 19, explore the depths of you. So begin a journaling practice where each day you write about your thoughts and feelings and explore that inner depths of yourself. You may begin this practice each day just writing about what is going on in your mind. This practice can also be used to explore what you feel is holding you back. Your fears, your limiting beliefs maybe, or the challenges that you are facing on a daily basis. You may also want to explore your dreams, desires, hopes, wishes, and what you truly want for yourself. Perhaps you want to go even deeper by pondering big life questions like, why am I here? Or what is my purpose? And seeing what answers flow onto the page. But just begin by try journaling. It really helps. Number 20, tune your eyes to your beauty. Each time you look in the mirror, see if you can find one thing about yourself that you love or appreciate as being something that makes you unique. Special and beautiful, and make it a practice to acknowledge yourself in the mirror and compliment something about yourself each time you look in the mirror. If you catch yourself looking in the mirror, say, oh, I love your eyes, I love your this, I love your cheeks, I love your ears, whatever the case may be. Just compliment yourself, and when the negative voice arises, stop it in its tracks and replace it with something loving. Okay, because that little voice will always try to creep in and be like, oh, but you don't this and that and this. Out. Mental diarrhea. Let it out. Number 21, treat and pamper yourself. Okay? What makes you feel super special and totally pampered? What is that? What's that thing? Be attentive to yourself and focus in on the small details. Get a manicure, give yourself a coconut oil massage, or book in for a facial. Buy yourself something beautiful or expensive. Treat yourself to something you really, really love. Put fresh flowers in your home. Light up your favorite candle, which is something I do all the time as a way to pamper myself. Whatever makes you feel luxurious, decadent, or pampered is a way of showing love to yourself. So definitely try some of those things. It's definitely worth it because you are worth it. If you find yourself needing more advice on loving yourself, having a loving relationship with yourself, feel free to email me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com. Reach out to me, let me know what's going on in your life, and I promise that I will help in whatever way that I can. So yes, you guys, I hope that something that I said here today really helped you out, that really made you think about your life, about how you can have a more deep connection with yourself. So yes, thank you so much for watching this. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Don't be afraid to reach on out to me. As you guys know, I like to leave every show with a joke and a word of the day. So today's word of the day is
usurp.
Usurp. Usurp is spelled USURP. And the definition of that is to seize and hold office, place, functions, powers, etc. in possession by force or without right. To take or make use of without right, or to take the place of by, or as if by force. Did you know usurp was borrowed in English in the 14th century from the Anglo-French word usurper, which in turn derives from the Latin verb usurpare, meaning to take possession without a legal claim. So there you go. Go out and use the word usurp, USURP, and use it in a sentence and hashtag People Talk Now. And yeah, let me know how you use it in a sentence. Tag me, whatever, share it to my IG stories and all that good stuff. So yes, we did it kind of backwards today, didn't we? But we're doing the joke last. So today's joke of the day is called Mom and Catsup. Yeah. So a woman was trying hard to get the catsup to come out of the bottle. I think they mean ketchup. Get it? But it's catsup. So during her struggle, the phone rang. So she asked her 4-year-old daughter to answer it. "It's the minister, Mommy," the child said to her mother. Then she said to him, "Mommy can't come to the phone to talk to you right now. She's hitting the bottle." That sounded so much funnier when I read it the first time. But that's okay. But that's fine. Let's just stop. It's pretty good I said that. So yes. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's show. Of course, if you like today's show, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up down below. Just, to like it, share and subscribe and all that good stuff that, us YouTubers have to say. But, this is my podcast. And if you are a fan of my podcast, show us some love. Also, don't forget to click that little notification bell on your way out, because now, unfortunately, subscribing is not enough. So if you hit that that notification bell, basically what that's going to do is that's going to let you know every time I post a video. So yeah, we got to do that. So yes, I hope that anything I said here today really helped you guys, and I hope that, I was able to brighten your spirits by, just being me, being here with you guys, and just, sharing this space here in my room. And yeah, it's been really fun just being able to talk to you guys and help you guys with things that I've gone through and just share these tips, because I have felt the growth this year, and I'll definitely come back on another section and definitely just tell you guys more about like my story as to how it all just like unfolded with my self growth, but like really just spew all the juicy details. Maybe it'll be more like a story time, but I really do want to share that with you guys. But these are just really helpful tips, not ticks, tips that can help you connect with yourself. And I really hope that you guys use them and you utilize some of them, and you come and you reach back out to me and just let me know how that went for you. So if you listen to this whole podcast and you're just like, I don't know who is this, but you listen to it and you got this far and you have the attention span of freaking God, I want to say my name is Vanessa Herrera, and I'm the host of People Talk Now. And thank you for just being here, acting a fool, getting crazy with me, and just sharing this creative space, this joyous Wednesday morning. So as always, you guys know already, have a kick-ass Wednesday. Bye.